When assessing the sweet spot for making weight in combat sports, there are three things that we need to look at. Firstly, you've got weight. This means being able to make weight consistently and efficiently. It means knowing at the start of camp that you are going to make the weight and having that knowledge be based on data, not just a willingness to endure a horrendous weight cut. Save your grit for the fight. Don't let the weight cut drain all of your resources. Also, you want to optimize your size versus your opponents. This means you want to be a competitive size in comparison to your opponents. It means not getting bullied by stronger, bigger, heavier guys, especially in grappling based aspects like wrestling, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, or clinching. So that's weight, the first aspect. The second one we need to look at is health. You want to support your metabolic health. This means an appropriate energy intake, appropriate macronutrient intakes of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. It means not chronically underfueling, and it means having an appropriate body fat level. Also, in this health aspect, is making sure that you are supporting your recovery and minimizing injury and illness risk from chronic underfueling. In practice, this means a stable weight descent, ideally losing less than 1% of your body weight per week, which will allow a reasonable calorie intake, reasonable protein, carbohydrate, and fat intake. And it also means managing your training schedule, making sure you're having rest days. And finally, we've got the performance aspect. So I've covered the weight aspect, the health aspect. The final thing we want to look at is performance, which is obviously very important. So you want to optimize your fight performance. Basically, you want to fight at your peak potential. This means finding a magnitude or a size of weight cut that works for you. I have clients who cut anywhere from 1 to 8% of their body weight over fight week. It comes down to the individual knowing what works best for you. This means trialing strategies, continually refining and adapting so that each weight cut is smoother and more stress free than the last one. Finally, within this performance aspect, is being able to dedicate adequate time to skill and physiological performance improvements. This means in the preparation to the fight, being able to focus on getting fitter, stronger, smarter, and more skillful, and not just focusing on weight loss. This is what will allow you to actually improve as an athlete, improve as a fighter between fights, because you can actually dedicate your time and energy to these improvements. So when we look at the weight, the health, and the performance aspects, taking into account all of these and making sure all of them are addressed allows us to find the sweet spot for making weight in combat sports. Shout out to the UFC PI for the graphic. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments.